A clap of porcelain on marble echoed through the tiny cafe as Emily Parker set down her chipped lavender mug, the same one she brought from home every morning, because it made the place feel a little less lonely. The barista smiled at her, already knowing what she was about to ask, but before she could even reach for her wallet, he lifted a hand, almost ceremonious, and said the words she'd been hearing for the past 32 days. It's already been taken care of. She tried not to react anymore, but her pulse still gave a guilty jump, like her body hadn't agreed to the act of pretending. Someone, a stranger she had never met, was buying her morning coffee every single day, and nobody seemed to know who. It wasn't just a free drink. It had become a tether, a pattern, a question wrapped in warm steam and espresso. And she didn't know if she should be worried or grateful, because it wasn't just generosity. It felt deliberate, like someone was watching. It all started the morning she overslept and sprinted into the cafe with wet hair, mismatched shoes, and the feeling that she might burst into tears if one more thing went wrong. She ordered her coffee with shaking hands, reached into her bag, and realized her wallet wasn't there. Panic ignited behind her ribs. But the barista smiled, tapped the register, and said, "You're good. Someone covered you." She didn't question it then. She just took the cup, exhaled relief, and ran out the door. She told herself it was luck, a kind stranger, a one-time thing. But the next day, it happened again, and again, and again. Every day for more than a month. The cafe staff claimed they didn't know anything. It's anonymous, they insisted. They pay ahead. We don't see them. They don't leave a name. It sounded impossible, but the system was simple. Someone loaded money onto a tab just for her, privately. A shadow kindness, a silent ritual. Emily didn't have many rituals left, not since the divorce. Not since moving into the tiny apartment above the dry cleaner, where the hum of machines was louder than her thoughts, and the nights too long. She worked from home as a medical transcriptionist, tapping mindless words into endless files, living days that felt like carbon copies of each other. But the coffee mystery was different. It made her feel something, curious, unsettled, maybe important. Someone knew her order, her habits, her schedule. Someone cared enough to notice. But why? By the second week, she could no longer pretend she wasn't obsessed. She started arriving at different times to see if she could catch them. Early, late, closing time, opening time. She changed her order suddenly. She even asked the barista to give her a fake name with her drink, hoping to trick whoever was doing it. But every time, already taken care of. The stranger was consistent. They were watching her routine adjust, but theirs never wavered. Because of that, the free coffee stopped feeling like a gift and started feeling like a message. One morning, she arrived 10 minutes before the cafe opened, just to test the limits. And to her shock, from inside, through the half-lowered blinds, she saw the barista glance up, blink at her, and raise a conspiring finger to his lips. Then he pointed toward the register. Her coffee. Paid for. Before the cafe even opened. That night, lying in bed with the city noise pulsing under her window, she whispered into the dark, "Who are you?" She didn't expect an answer, but she wished for one. On day 33, she decided to finally catch them. She borrowed her friend Layla's bright red coat, the kind you couldn't miss in a crowded street, and she hid in the alley across from the cafe. She watched every person who entered. Every one of them came out with their own drinks, their own conversations, their own lives. None of them looked around suspiciously. None of them lingered near the counter. None of them gave off the vibe of someone secretly financing her caffeine dependency. She stayed for hours, but nothing happened. When she eventually walked in to get her coffee, exhausted and defeated, the barista didn't even need to speak. The little tilt of his head said it all. Paid for. Again. "Are you sure you don't know who's doing this?" she asked him for the 10th time. He hesitated, just for a second. "I honestly don't," he said, but his voice lacked its usual easy confidence. "All I know is the payment always comes in before your order, sometimes days before." "Days?" she whispered. He nodded, like they plan ahead. Her skin prickled. Planning ahead meant they knew her habits better than she did. That night, over takeout noodles that had gone cold from lack of attention, she researched ways to track digital payments, loyalty card hacks, anything that might explain how someone could do this without leaving a trace. The next morning, Emily decided she wasn't hiding anymore. She confronted the strangeness head-on. She wrote a note, a short one. Just, "Thank you for the coffee, but who are you?" She left it taped to the register. When she returned the next day, her note was gone. In its place was a smaller note. One word, written in sharp, clean handwriting, "Soon." Emily's heartbeat stuttered. This was no accidental kindness. This was intentional, designed, directed at her. But she wasn't sure if she was afraid or intrigued. Maybe both. The next week became a game of cat and mouse. She left a note. It vanished. Another note appeared in its place each time. "Not yet. Be patient." Almost. And finally, "Look behind you." When she read that last one, she froze. The cafe was unusually quiet. Just her and the barista cleaning the espresso machine. Slowly, she turned. Nobody was there. But taped to the back of the chair, where she always sat, was another small note. Tomorrow. That word echoed through her all night. Tomorrow. What would happen tomorrow? Would she finally meet the stranger? And what did they want? She imagined possibilities ranging from romantic to sinister. A secret admirer, a long-lost relative, a stalker, a guardian angel, a prank, a mistake. She fell asleep imagining 100 faces. On the 36th day, Emily woke before dawn. Her stomach felt like it was full of static. She dressed carefully, but not intentionally. She didn't want to send the wrong impression, whatever that meant, and walked to the cafe with a nervous energy buzzing through her veins. The cafe door jingled as she entered. Everything looked normal, too normal. A couple of regulars were at their usual tables. The barista was wiping down the counter. Nobody looked at her twice. She approached the register, expecting another note. But there wasn't one. And when the barista saw her, something like sympathy flashed in his eyes. "It's paid for," he said carefully, "but they said you should check the sleeve on your cup." He handed her the drink. Her name was written correctly this time. And beneath it, on the cardboard sleeve, in the same sharp handwriting, behind the library, 9:15. She checked the clock. 9:04. Her throat tightened. She didn't know whether to run toward the meeting or run away from it, but she went. Of course, she went. Curiosity had pulled her along from the beginning, and now it dragged her through the streets until she reached the old city library, the one with ivy choking the brick walls and a smell of old paper lingering even outside. The alley behind it was narrow and quiet. She stepped into it, gripping her coffee cup like a talisman. For a moment, there was nobody. Just her breath clouding the air. Then someone stepped out from the shadow of the building. A tall figure in a charcoal coat. Its face was partially obscured by the hood pulled low, and for a moment Emily couldn't tell if it were young or old, man or woman, friend or threat. It stopped a few feet from her, hands in pockets, posture calm. "You came," the stranger said. Its voice was smooth, warm but steady, like someone accustomed to talking people down from ledges. Emily swallowed. "You've been buying my coffee." "Yes." "Why?" A small pause, a kind of hesitation that felt rehearsed. "Because I needed to get your attention." "You needed to?" she repeated, unsure whether to laugh or panic. "For what?" The stranger lifted their head slightly and she finally saw their face. A man, late 30s maybe, though his features were calm enough to make him seem younger, older, both at once. Sharp jaw, gentle eyes, a faint scar above his left eyebrow like he'd lived through something he didn't talk about. He studied her like someone who had been waiting a long time to see her reaction, but not in a predatory way, in a searching way. "Emily," he said softly. Hearing her name in his voice made something twist inside her. "You don't know me, not really, but I knew your mother." The world tilted. Emily blinked. "My mom?" "Yes, that's impossible." Her voice cracked. "She died when I was 13. He nodded. "I know, I'm sorry." A cold wind rushed through the alley, but it wasn't the wind that chilled her. It was the strange familiarity in his eyes. "Who are you?" she whispered. The man exhaled, and for the first time he looked uncertain. "Your mother helped me once," he said. "More than she ever knew. And I made her a promise that when the time came, I would help you." Emily's breath caught in her throat. "Help me with what?" He shook his head. "Not here, not like this, but I needed to make sure you'd listen. And you weren't answering my letters." "Letters? I didn't get any letters," she said, confused. "Yes," he murmured. "You did. You just didn't know they were from me." Her mind raced. Letters? The only letters she'd received lately were bills, junk mail, and Her eyes widened. The birthday card, 3 weeks ago, a card with no return address. Inside, a message written in the same sharp handwriting. You're not alone. She thought it was a mistake, a misdelivered card. But now she wasn't so sure. She stared at him, feeling the ground shift beneath everything she thought she knew. What do you want from me? She asked, voice barely audible. His expression softened. Not want, he said. Offer. Offer what? The stranger reached into his coat. Her heart leapt with fear, until he pulled out a folded photograph. He held it out to her, slow and deliberate. Emily hesitated, then took it. The photo was old, faded, grainy, but unmistakable. Her mother, younger, laughing, standing beside this very man in front of a building Emily didn't recognize. She stared at it until her vision blurred. Why do you have this? She whispered. Because, he said quietly, your mother saved my life, and now it's my turn. The words hit her with a strange force. Saved your life? How? He gave a small, sad smile. She believed in me, he said simply, when nobody else did. Emily looked at him again, and suddenly the fear began to shift into something else. Not trust, not yet, but a pull of understanding, of connection. What does any of this have to do with me? She asked. The man stepped back slightly, giving her space, his expression earnest. Because, Emily, he said, your mother asked me to protect you, and something is coming. Something she feared, something she didn't have time to prepare you for. Emily felt a chill race through her as the city noise seemed to fade behind her. What's coming? The stranger looked at her for a long moment, as if deciding how much to reveal. I can't tell you everything yet, but I can tell you this. Your mother wasn't who you thought she was. Emily felt her heart stutter, her breath hitch. What do you mean? She lived a second life, he said. A hidden one. And now, that world is turning its eyes to you. She shook her head, overwhelmed. I don't understand. My mom was a school teacher. Yes, he said gently. That's what she needed the world to believe. Emily's pulse hammered as he continued, voice low and steady. She was part of something bigger, something dangerous. And now that you're an adult, certain people think you might know things she never told you. But I don't, Emily insisted. I don't know anything. Not yet, the stranger said quietly. But you're about to. Emily stepped back, clutching the photograph. Why the coffee? Because, he said, I needed a way to reach you without spooking you. A way to show goodwill, consistency, harmlessness. You scared me anyway, she whispered. I know, he admitted, but if I'd approached you too soon, you would have run. And now, he said softly, you're listening. Emily didn't respond. She couldn't. The stranger watched her carefully, then continued. There are people looking for you. People who think you're the key to something your mother hid. What key? Information, he said. A secret. And I don't know if she told you anything before she died, but if she did, even accidentally, even in passing, they will want it. Emily felt a tremor ripple through her. Memories flashed. Her mother whispering on the phone, locking drawers, late-night drives she wouldn't explain. She'd always dismissed them as stress, exhaustion, life. But now she wasn't sure. Why should I believe you? Emily asked. The man stepped closer, carefully, gently, and pointed at the scar above his eyebrow. Because your mother gave me this, he said, the night she saved my life, and because she made me swear that if anything ever happened to her, I would find you, protect you, and bring you the truth. Emily's breath caught. There's one more thing, he added quietly, something she wanted you to have. He reached into his coat again, slow, deliberate, and pulled out a small silver key on a chain. This, he said, holding it out to her, opens a safety deposit box, one she rented 15 years ago, under a different name. Emily stared at the key as if it might burn her. What's in it? I don't know, he said honestly. She didn't tell me. She said only you could open it. Only you should. Emily took the key with trembling fingers. It felt cold, heavy, important. Why now? She whispered. Because, he said, someone else is looking for that box too. Her heart skipped. Who? His expression darkened. People you don't want to meet. The cold wind blew again, rattling the loose drain pipe, sending a shiver down Emily's spine. I'll explain everything, he said, but not here. Not now. It's not safe. Emily swallowed hard. Then when? He met her eyes, steady, certain. Tomorrow, he said. Come to the train station at dawn, platform 4. Bring the key. Emily hesitated. And if I don't come? The stranger gave a small, sad smile. You will, he said, because you want answers, and because, deep down, you already know your mother was hiding something. He stepped backward into the shadows, his form blending with the dark until he was almost invisible. Wait, she said, voice shaky. What's your name? He paused, half in shadow, half in light. Call me Marcus, he said, for now. And then he vanished into the alley, silent as smoke. Emily stood there for a long time, the key cold in her palm, her heart thundering with fear, confusion, and a spark of something else, something she hadn't felt in a long time. Purpose. The next day, she would go to the train station. She knew she would. And whatever waited for her there would change everything. Because this wasn't just about free coffee anymore. It was about her mother, her past, her future, and a secret buried deep enough to reshape her life. She held the key tightly, whispered a single breath into the cold air, and walked away, step by step, toward a truth she wasn't ready for, but could no longer avoid.